Being attractive is the most important thing there is. If you want to catch the biggest fish in your pond, you have to be as attractive as possible. Make sure to keep your hair spotless and clean. Wash it at least every 2 weeks. Once every 2 weeks. And if you see Johnny Football Hero in the hall, tell him he played a great game. Tell him you liked his article in the newspaper. It's the Going Off podcast with Rap Critic and Muse. RC, how you doing, my man? Oh no!
I'm sorry, I'm a little emotional because we're reviewing Crying this week, and you know it just the music got to me. The music got to me, so you know.
I thought it was a reference to the Jaden album because all he does is cry on that thing.
Oh no! Put the cart before the horse.
I honestly thought that's what you were even referencing. I didn't even think. Yeah, so we got 2 requests this week, but before we get to any of that, it's what everybody's talking about, right?
Yeah, this week, if we're still relevant with what we're saying.
It's the water cooler talk. Everybody is still talking about it by the weekend when this goes up, right?
Sure.
It's the 2022 MTV VMAs Music's Biggest Night.
What a great arrangement of 6 letters.
RC, I gotta tell you something. I don't ever watch this show when it's live, and I wish I could, but I can't.
Why?
Well, you know, I'll tell you exactly why. Because MTV, in addition to the performances, they will upload some of the award acceptance speeches, but you know damn well that if there were any points in the show that were awkward or corny or whack in any way, those are being forgotten and wiped from the slate forever.
You're right. and they always have a whole bunch of corn for you.
I've seen enough of these to know that there is no shortage of whenever there's a presenter presenting an award, even though if it's MTV and it's supposed to be counterculture, or at least that was the deal when they started this award show in like the mid-'80s, now it's the most scripted, it's indistinguishable from every other award show, but they try to be funny. They try, and it doesn't land.
You know, actually, it's kind of funny, right? It's like they tried to be like counterculture by doing what they're doing, and they think that they're still doing that, but it's like, you are so just the culture. Like, you are just every other award. You know, like, because right in the 80s, it was like, oh, the MTV award, that's not a respectable award show. Now, you know what is respectable? The Oscars, where, you know, they barely even gave a shit about the animation category. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, in this day and age, it's like, man, we don't respect none of y'all.
Here you are all equally worthless.
When MTV was still like, not everyone has it, you gotta call up your cable provider and ask for it. You need to demand it specifically.
I want my MTV.
I want my MTV. You saw Sting. You saw Cyndi Lauper.
Just shout that to the guy on the phone. Like,
he'll know what you're talking about. He knows what MTV is. He's cool. That's when it was counterculture. But now, maybe not in 2022. Because now culture is kind of past MTV and doesn't really need it anymore. There was a time, though, maybe like late 90s, early 2000s, maybe even into the 2010s with like their teen reality shows, that MTV was the shit.
Oh, the finger on the pulse, yeah.
Your Jersey Shore, your Teen Mom, your Date My Mom.
Like the stuff that was like, this is, I mean, I guess it's really obvious, but it is sort of funny to just think about it now. It's like, that was the stuff that is like, of the time, today, oh yeah, that's what's hip. And now it's just like, that is so lame. They're trying to bring back Jersey Shore. Who the fuck needs it, you know?
We watched some of the performances, not all of them, because Lord knows there's way too many of them, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say, like, especially since I don't really pay attention to what's big now, I don't recognize half the names of the people that are even up there.
And what I've heard people saying is that, like, at this point, it's just become so obvious that it's like, the award show is either people that, like, are up-and-comers and are trying to, like, you know, get their clout, or people who are past their prime and trying to, like, hook some new views. But, like, anyone who, like, is here and established, they don't need to be here. Drake doesn't need to be there. You know what I'm saying? Kanye doesn't need to be there. You know, Beyonce doesn't need to be there. You know, like...
So those are huge names, right? Huge names that don't need MTV?
Yep.
You'd think your boys, Eminem and Snoop.
Oh, but they had an agenda.
Well, I think they had a contractual obligation, if anything.
Is that what it was?
I think, yeah. I don't think anyone would have done that voluntarily.
Jesus.
But,
Let's just talk about it.
You'd think they would have outgrown the need for MTV, but at this point, like you said, they have an ulterior motive. They're there to promote their Bored Ape Yacht Club avatars.
Yeah.
They're NFTs.
Unfortunately, they decided to do this at this award show way after Dan Olsen put out the Line Goes Up videos, so...
It's so funny. It's so past the point where anyone gives a shit.
Right, like, this is now, like, wow, this is gonna be this is what 2022 was, wasn't it? You know, like...
It really makes the two oldest performers at the show seem that much more out of touch. Like boomer old men who just don't know what's going on. It's like, NFTs are still cool.
We're on the Elemental-Ps,
And it's like the pop for the reveal of the NFTs wasn't even really anything special. So it's like, that's why I say I think it's a contractual obligation, because I think, like Snoop, he's invested in Meta.
Snoop is a person who definitely is like, he is not about any sort of artistic credibility. Look, what gets in the money? Oh, is that bringing in money? Okay, we'll do that.
Snoop is literally a landlord in the meta space. He sells space in the meta space.
He's not a businessman. He's a meta businessman.
But Eminem, he seems way less attached. I think...
Do you think it was like Snoop went up to him, was like, yo, dude, this is a cool idea. And Eminem hasn't been on the internet in like 2 years, you know, so he doesn't know what's happening.
Eminem is counting down the days till he gets to set his fucking avatar to something not that ugly fucking NFT on Twitter.
I am so... And just the fact that they 3D CGI rendered them and it's like they look even worse interpreted. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like all of those early 2000s, you know, Rocky and Bullwinkle, the movie sort of animations, but even like less cool. And it's like, like this shit is like Garbage Pail Kids. Like, I would rather us have Garbage Pail Kids come back and be popular again with those disgusting designs. At least they were like creative. This is just ugly.
This is the funny thing about NFTs, especially NFTs in animation, because people have tried to pitch and sell these NFT cartoons, and they actually have some pretty big names attached for voice acting, but whenever you see them, it looks more stilted than first season South Park. Like, we're still moving the construction paper around. It looks more stilted than that.
In the pause, it would look okay, but as soon as it starts moving, it doesn't look good. You know what I mean? Like,
when you see the music video for Cracker Island, and you see what Gorillaz have been doing with their with their characters, and how their characters move, and then you look at these NFTs that are just sitting there and their mouths are barely moving, and they try to have the mouths move to the lyrics, and they just look like hand puppets, just bop, 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 bop.
They might as well have just gotten hand puppets. I would have at least, like, you know, been like, oh, hey, they actually, like, you know, put some design in, you know what I mean? Like,
Eminem probably still has the number of the Crank Yankers in his Rolodex.
Lord.
Give them a call. He could get his fucking Phil Eminem back and have Triumph in it.
Yeah, we're gonna try to bring Crank Yankers back in an age of caller ID.
Didn't they already try to do that?
Yes, they did. Holy crap.
God damn it.
What was the thing? Oh, yeah, because I think it was interesting. Yeah, you brought up Gorillaz, so I was just like, man, we could have had, like, a Gorillaz video on that. That would have been so cool. Because, like, when you watch their videos, it's like, they're clearly working with a budget, but they're doing the best they can, and it looks kind of cool, you know? Like, it would be, it would be nice if we get another 2005, you know what I mean? Like, oh, shit, Gorillaz, yo, that's right, they are doing a whole bunch of shit, right? But that would be if MTV was cool. So
yeah, no.
And that song, I just want to say, like, just before we get on, that song is so bad. It's so fucking mid. As like, here's just a bunch of things that we typically say. LBC to the 1, 2, 3 to the like.
That's how I know that I'm in the studio with the doggy in California, cause my homie from Long Beach got me that bomb weed. Stop.
Boo.
Fucking stop. And he does that speed rap shit, right?
And he's saying,
and it sounds
like,
cool
nothing.
in like a... No, it sounds cool in a rap god way.
Yeah, it's a hurricane of nothing.
No, that's my problem with his shit, is that when you actually read it, he's not saying any fucking thing.
He's on that Busta Rhymes shit. You remember it was like, I'm begging on the east and I'm begging on the west. And I remember the entire YouTube and the internet popped. They're like, oh my God, can you believe this old school rapper's rapping fast? And it's like,
whoa, he's going so fast.
Yeah, it's like,
and he just says, I'm begging to the east and I'm begging to the west and I'm going to be more.
I'm always giving more and I'll never give you less.
It's like, what the fuck is that? Yeah. And I just want to congratulate Eminem, by the way, on continuing his trend now. Can we consider this to be the spiritual successor to FAC, the dog shit exclusive to Curtain Call single? Because this is on Curtain Call too.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, that did happen, didn't it?
Yeah.
With the album cover that doesn't look fucking real. Long Beach, CC is different. 4-man with the put on, still getting bread with the niggas I put on. Yeah, I put my hood on. Shit got cold. I put my... What? Really? Wait. I put my hood on. Yeah, shit got cold. I put my hood on. Wait, was that part of the rap verse? Is he really... Or did he just go like, guys, I'm an older man. Can we turn up the AC in here?
I'm a walking motherfucking marijuana leaf, and I'm here to stay. My range so definite, my longevity needs a hearing aid. Still wearing Hanes t-shirts, I done bodied some features with legendary names. Was there when Dre turned the chronic to monetary gain. Cause dope is addictive, just like they call it marijuana.
Oh, God.
Cause like marriage, you wanna marry Jane.
You might as well just be saying, you get it after every fucking 2 words.
The fucking 3D elbow coming through the screen to nudge me in the ribs.
They might as well have fucking showed that. I would have at least appreciated that. And they're like, hey.
Most of the performance is just a video projection.
Yeah.
So...
what is the audience seeing?
Well, for 3 minutes, they're staring at Eminem and Snoop sitting on a couch. And then they get off the couch and they're like, oh shit, we gotta perform. That's right. So then they just do the chorus again. And you see the giant projected NFTs behind the stage. And that's all they do. The rest of it is just a fucking video they look at. And then they just stare at these two old men sitting on a couch.
They don't even look like them. Like, this is...
It's more embarrassing than anything. But from there... we also got Nicki's performance. Nicki accepting the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award.
Did they play down the Michael Jackson there? Did they? It's the Vanguard Award.
They absolutely shouldn't call it the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award anymore. I don't know if they still do. They did as of a few weeks ago. I haven't seen if they dropped it since. They probably didn't because I don't honestly think they care.
Well, I was just saying, I get it. Michael Jackson did, iconic videos. So, I get that's what they're, bouncing from. I mean, especially, coming from, out of the 80s. He was the one that kind of,
I mean, so did the White Stripes, if we're going to be honest. There's so many people who have done dope music videos, not just him.
I mean, God,
Madonna,
can we name it after Missy Elliott? Come on.
Oh, shit. The fucking, what was it, Director X, or...
Oh, sure. Oh, Hype Williams. I think
Hype Williams.
Yeah,
that's it.
For God's sakes, name it after him. Name it after Director X. Fucking Spike Jones, for God's sakes. So we get to Nicki Minaj. And at first I was thinking, what iconic videos and shit. Has anyone ever been oh, it's the music video that you're there for when it comes to her?
That's a very good point. Because honestly, the only music videos of hers I really remember are the videos for Super Bass.
Yeah.
Because I remember the fucking... The
Pepto-Bismol pool.
The Pepto-Bismol pool, the ice motorcycle.
Oh, sure, iconic. The really, fucking buff dudes, you know what I'm saying?
The buff dudes, the pink leopard bodysuit, the fucking Lil Nas X did. I remember all that shit. The Anaconda video.
But Bees in the Trap? What the fuck?
No. I don't know what the fuck Bees in the Trap was doing there. It got a pop from the crowd, but... that's definitely B or C tier.
Because at first she starts doing a rap, I think, from something newer, and then she starts rapping one or two things from when she first got on, and it was oh yeah, it's Nicki Minaj. And I was like, yo, if she just went through all of her guest verses, that actually would be gold tier. Because the first year of Nicki Minaj was pretty goddamn good. It was right until the album came out.
I did forget that she did the monster verse.
Yep. See, and I was
But
like, oh.
not the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, she had to cut it for time. It's not that long of a verse.
No, wait, or did
and
she
I don't think anyone would have minded if you didn't do Bees in the Trap.
Or did she do it?
cut
Because
the whole thing.
I remember her doing the ending where the audience kind of did the but
I think she cut out, like,
like the
three
middle
lines
part.
in the
Yeah,
middle.
yeah.
It was a weird jump cut, it felt like. She did Moment for Life, Super Freaky Girl. I just gotta say, this is Nicki when I like her the most.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Is when she's doing the fun pop songs. I like Super Bass. I like Anaconda personally. I like Super Freaky Girl. It's the rap ones that I'm not so keen on.
Which is weird, right? Like, yeah, it honestly feels like, well, I mean, Starship still sucks ass, but, you know.
I like Starships
Oh my God,
too.
are you kidding me? Twinkle,
No.
twinkle, little star.
It's
Like, okay.
I didn't say it's good.
Everybody say Ray, Ray, Ray. Sure, that feels like that comes next.
It's just fun, all right.
And we can have our dumb fun, what have you. But yeah, it does feel like when she does like the rap, like put your number twos in the air if you shit on. Does anyone remember that? Does anyone really still fuck with? I am not Aladdin. I'm not Jasmine. I'm Aladdin. Does anyone even remember what the name of that song was? Like,
you bums is dragon. I'm a dragon. I forget what song that was.
Honestly, that is the worst exemplification. I remember I went back. I tried to have a moment and go like, hey, let's go back and listen to like Nicki Minaj's like first album to really listen to it. And it is hard. It is a hard listen because it's so like in the middle of the loudness wars. And it's so like, we don't really care about making your shit like hip hop or anything. No, we're just gonna go hardcore on this fucking Swedish House Mafia because that's what's in the clubs right now sound. And they just like crank everything, all the synths and shit up to 11. And it's so annoying. Like the production on that song is actually like maybe one of the tamer like productions. Like it's what all the other songs like Come on a Cone or These Girls Fall Like Dominoes. I was like,
oh
what
God, I forgot about Dominoes.
Like, yeah, I bet they're not playing that one on the fucking reel.
You know what she should have done? She should have done Take Your Medication, Robin.
No, actually I would have liked that one. Because she did it live, didn't she? I remember her doing that one on MTV.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, actually, because I was like, look at us doing more fun, crazy shit. Like,
that was a dope performance that year.
Yeah, it just sounded like fucking Pinky in the Brain and shit. I was all for it.
I, out of curiosity, watched the Blackpink performance.
What'd you think?
Very boring. Same shit. That my exact same problem with the Nicki performance. They had like 20 girls on stage, and they were all just dancing. And Blackpink were just kind of standing there.
Oh.
And the song was kind of boring too, honestly.
That's unfortunate.
I also tried to watch this performance that was like a Burger King commercial. Did you see that one?
Yeah, and I was like,
what
wait,
the fuck
is this
was
a
that?
music video or not? Like, and it was like, wait, I was like, oh, because at first I was like, oh, we're doing like Drag Kings. Okay, that's cool. And it's like, and Burger King tie up.
It's Burger King.
And it's only like a minute of the song, and it's not during the performance. Doesn't seem like it's being performed live. And it's like, what was that? Was that like an alternate music video? What's happening?
Where's Burger King getting the money for that kind of product placement for one? And what are they advertising? The same old shit? Do they have anything new?
I literally think that they are just trying to like advertise Burger King, Drag
We're still
Kings,
here.
You know, like I really think that's all they had.
There's a chance you might still see a Burger King in an airport fucking food court.
Don't you like our fries? Were those chicken fries? That's keeping us afloat, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How about the Chuking? Their chicken sandwich, the Chuking. Anyway, how about JID?
JID, I thought he was. I like that he did the little intro where it's just like, "Hey, check it out. This is where the sample's from." And then, oh, it's Mos Def. And then, hey, watch my version.
This is Aretha Franklin. This is Mos Def. Hey, this is like educational. I'm like teaching you something.
Music
okay,
is
no,
beautiful.
this is me. I thought that was fun.
Yeah.
I liked that, and I just like JID in general. I remember liking his album DiCaprio 2 when we reviewed it, like way back in the day.
Yeah.
But what I don't like is this tiny ass Doritos stage that they got JID and Flo Milli on with like 12 people in front of them.
Was this like the pre-show or something like that?
I don't know. It was so strange because You got Saucy Santana on the pre-show, because that's, like, outside.
We'll get to that in a second. Yeah.
It's, like, outside in the fucking broad daylight. Then you got some people doing these really tiny-ass performances on the Doritos side stage. Then they got footage from a Bad Bunny performance out in Yankee Stadium.
Okay, I was confused. Okay, yeah, because I was like, wait, all of these people look different. This isn't the MTV Awards. That doesn't count. Like, what?
It's like WrestleMania 2, when they had 3 different events in 3 different cities, and they're like, all right, we're going to throw it down to New York now. Okay, now we're going to throw it to Chicago. It's like, but they only had the one performance, the Bad Bunny performance, which, I mean, if we can just get a fucking more of a neck-breaking contrast from the tiny-ass Doritos stage, fucking performing to, like, a sold-out Yankee Stadium. It's people to the fucking rafters. And I gotta shout out Bad Bunny doing the fucking, he kisses the girl, then he kisses the dude. And everyone on Twitter blew the fuck up about it.
I actually didn't notice that. I just saw him carrying the woman. I didn't, that's all I saw.
I like Flo Milli, right?
Yeah, Flo Milli was okay, you know, like...
I like her songs when I hear them out of the context of a live performance. I think they're okay. The live performances, though, were...
It just kind of felt like, here's our routine. You know, we got a week before the show. Come on, guys, let's do a quick thing.
We got to watch the rehearsal.
There's 5 girls on stage, and then 2 randomly leave, and then they come back, and then they randomly leave again. I was like, what are we emulating Destiny's Child's fucking trajectory? What's happening?
No.
Oh, you like that topical humor?
Yeah. Fucking I Love the 90s call.
The prank show called, and they said they want their asking for a thing back. Got Muse.
You're laughing, but next week I'm going to have you replaced by Michael Ian Black.
Oh, no.
And whoever else said in. Fucking Craig Ferguson's going to be here.
What was the other dude who used to talk very slowly and deliberate? Was that Michael Ian Black? I think that was just him that did that. And Mo Rocca would do that shit too. Like,
Hal Sparks is going to be here.
That's the one
Michael
I was
Ian
forgetting.
Black. Who is the black comedian?
Patton Oswalt, Frangela, remember them?
Something else I was going to say real quick. The over-censoring of these songs for the live performances kind of feels like, why even bother doing it?
Yeah, some of the things where it was just like, wait, is that a curse word? I like kept having like, wait, was that bad?
Yeah, I don't even know what's the point. If I'm not even going to hear half the song at that point, why even bother doing it?
Why not go for the songs that have less curse words in them so this isn't a problem?
Or were those it? Did you not have...
And then, okay, so now we come to who I think stole the fucking show, the top 2. Lizzo fucking squashed shit tonight, like, holy shit. And I feel like this is where all of the budget went.
There's a very good chance of that. It was the best use of the rear projection, like, LED screen.
Right,
There was, like, interaction with it, which was cool. You get to save on backup dancers by just filming Lizzo 20 times.
Yeah, but it is cool that they had, like, her, like, semi-interacting with the words that kind of come on in the background. She's, like, kicking him and, like, she's getting bumped by them and stuff like that with the choreography.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was really cool, you know?
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. I liked her performance.
Just the 1-2 punch of these songs was also, like, really cool. Because I think I'd heard the first one, but I don't think I'd heard the second one. And, like, it's one of those moments where, like...
New.
When hearing the second one in conjunction with the, like, it really does feel like a 2-parter where it's just like, oh, this is really cool. Like, I actually want to hear these 2 back to back from now on now. Like,
yeah, I hope they're on the album that way.
Yeah, because they totally fit like that. So, she definitely was a smash. And Saucy Santana also fucking squashed it. Like, come on.
If people aren't talking about Saucy Santana by now, I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Oh man, that shit was so cool. Like, especially at the end where, like, he does, like, the twirl with his hands and the dancer, like, twirls around and, like, hits that bop at the bottom. I was like, that was the coolest fucking way you could have been to that.
I popped really hard for that. That was insane. That looked so cool.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully Saucy would get some buzz and might be allowed indoors next year.
That's a damn shame. But, like, I like how, and again, like, they started with the Beyonce sample over the track. Like, that was so fucking dope. Just the costumes were dope, like the fucking ski mask and the tight bodices. And then just that one lyric, I got something you ain't got, bitch, options. It's like, god damn.
I thought it was really funny how often they cut to Taylor Swift, like, what's Taylor got to think about this performance?
You're right, I did notice that. Especially
they cut to her a lot.
They're like, she's here. She didn't perform, but look, we got her.
She did announce a new album coming out in October, though, so we got that to look forward to.
Okay, so that's what this was about. It was like all right, look, come to our show and we'll help you, promote your joint. You know what I'm saying? This is it's all business.
They actually had a Best Metaverse Performance Award, by the way.
The fuck out. Oh, did Eminem and Snoop win?
No, they weren't even nominated. They didn't have one.
Well,
in
that's
the
a
category.
damn shame.
What could have been? Song of the Summer. Okay. So your nominees are, I swear to God, Bad Habit, Steve Lacy, Post Malone and Doja Cat, fucking Super Freaky Girl. That song's been out for like 2 weeks. I don't think that counts.
Well, I guess if you're trying to, like, catch right on to hey, look, you know what I'm saying? Like...
About Damn Time, fucking Big Energy. I'm just reading the ones I recognize here because there's way too fucking many. But mainly, Break My Soul and About Damn Time are extremely strong contenders.
Yeah.
But then you give it to Jack fucking Harlow.
Because they knew Beyonce wasn't going to be there? Like, what's the deal?
Well, that's true. You don't want to go out of your way to embarrass yourself by giving it to somebody and they're way too cool to have anything to do with you.
We know Jack has to come. he needs this.
He's Lil Nas X's drive home, so
oh no,
we know he's gonna be here.
Oh man, but let's get to these albums because we've been rolling.
Well, you know what they say. I don't know what they say. Going into crying.
Yeah, Relentless Boo. Thank you so much for your request. And if you'd like to request something, you can head on over to kofi.com/GOINOFF. I almost fucked up.
Oh boy. I was about to compliment how slick the transition was. It's ko-fi.com/GOINOFF.
I fucked up where the rhyme part was happening, and I was like, Kobe, and I was like, wait, where was the rhyme? ko-fi.com/
We haven't been doing this for years, folks. Don't worry. Don't pay any attention to us. We're really new at this.
Anyway.
Beyond the Fleeting Gales.
Yes, what is beyond it? It's apparently crying.
Lots of crying, yeah.
I'm gonna just come out the gate and be the one to say it. I think this album is really good and really solid, and in a way that I don't know what to say about it.
I agree. I very, very, very strongly agree. I had a very good time with this album. Yeah. They got a way of mixing like the late 90s college rock radio vibe, but then they mix it with some synths, some strings. They especially like in Wool in the Wash, they at the end of it when they got the guitar solo harmonizing with a synth solo.
Oh man,
it was ridiculous.
That happens a couple times and it is so fucking clean. Like
yeah.
And they play with the time a lot. Like, I think that's really cool. Like, they do it in a way where it never feels like math rocky, it's just like, oh, we're doing this to flex our,
It wasn't
music.
too confusing.
Yeah, it just feels like, oh, this is part of the flow and the bashing and the moving of the music. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I thought everything just felt so fluid and so fucking cool. Like, it was one of those things where, like, as I was listening, it's like, it's one of those things where, like, yeah, I'm not really getting what the lyrics are about, but it's so one of those things where, like, her voice, like, the sort of dead-eyed angel voice that she has, like, it's so perfect. Like, it's basically like an instrument within, like, just like the other, instruments in the music, you know what I mean? Like, it's so, like, in conjunction with it that it's just like, you just let it wash over you, You're just like, I don't know what I'm supposed to get with this beat, but I don't think it matters. It just feels so goddamn good.
Well, like, there are some songs where the vocals are so low in the mix that they almost do just kind of work as an instrument because you really can't hear what is being said anyway. Talking about elements of the 80s, there's some songs where, and it took me a second to get it, but I was trying to put my finger on what the vocals reminded me of, and especially on like Origin, where the song was more punky sounding than songs up to that point. It wasn't till A Sudden Gust that I picked up on it and that the vocals reminded me of the Go-Go's. If you look up and see what some of their earliest stuff was, they were just going from fucking nightclub to nightclub opening and performing with, like, legit not mainstream, but, like, big name punk bands, and that's where
the
they
one
were
that everyone
fucking
thinks is
cutting their
cool
teeth.
today, right? Like,
It reminded me kind of Beach Bunny, if you ever heard them. The lead singer kind of has a sound like that. That's a newer band, but still kind of has the same vocal styling. I think if you listen to the album straight through, the vocal style does kind of get a little boring to me.
I can get that.
Because it doesn't mix up a lot. It was one consistent tone throughout. And if you listen to the songs on their own, or in like a playlist, you're not really going to know that or notice it. But even in those instances, I thought that the instrumentation almost always made up for it.
Right.
And you know what? I do got to say before I forget, There Was a Door. The vocal style did mix up on that one, where it was like almost like spoken rap kind of delivery.
It was so interesting. When I heard that track, it was like, oh shit, we're really going all the way gorillas with this shit. Like, we're doing the disaffected 2D voice. We're talking like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that was my favorite track of the whole fucking joint, because I just was like, I mean, and I'll admit to my bias, it was like, hey, holy shit, this sounds like gorillas on some like next level shit. And then, holy shit, can I just say, when they did the little fucking thing with the guitar flare with the synth, and then I was like, right after that, you hear the little DJ scratching coming in, I was like, whoa, did they just throw in some hip hop in this shit? Did that shit just fucking work? Like, what the fuck? Like, you know how usually with like a band will try to throw in some like, DJ elements, it kind of is like, all right. But with this one was just like so, like, it was so fucking fresh with how it just kind of like rolled in with it. I was like, oh shit.
It definitely could have been corny, but it wasn't. They did a really good job with that one. My favorite cuts overall were There Was a Door and Wool in the Wash were my two favorites. But nothing on here got lower than a 4.
Yeah, everything on here honestly was a 5 to me. Like, I was just like,
wow.
It was just so solid. Like, it was just so, you know what it is? It's like, everything is so fucking competent. Like, everything, I mean, not just competent, everything is so like, what does that say? In movies, they have like competent porn or it's some word for it, where it's just like, what is the movie I was thinking about? There's some movie about someone goes up into space, and the whole point of you enjoying the movie was seeing the sequence of events working. You know what I mean? Like, everything coming together. And so it's like, with an album like this, it's just like, everything is just working. Like, everything is just clicking. Like, they got the right producer, they got the right vocalist, they got the right instrument. Like, this is just good. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, you know, they just did an exemplary job.
Yeah. I walked away with a 4.5.
I gave it that 5. Yeah. So let's get into this next one, requested by Kyrie. Thank you so much for your request for CTV3: Day Trippers Edition by Jaden.
Yeah.
Muse, I'm gonna kick it over to you. How is you feeling? How are you feeling?
Thank you so much. I'm not really feeling much of anything. Honestly, I feel very numb, if I'm going to be honest. So,
well, maybe that's exactly what we wanted you to feel.
So we did Sire, we did Eris. This is the third in the trilogy, but it's a prequel.
And it doesn't have the letter thing. What happened to Rise? Yeah.
What happened to Rise? It was right there. And never mind. It's too late now. The album's 2 years old. There's no point.
And there was like 2 refurbished editions where he had 2 chances to do it.
No, and it's weird because this is the third in a trilogy of mixtapes, but it's also the third in the trilogy of the full-length studio albums.
Look, don't try to psychology his shit, all right?
I don't know how he tried to make this work. So, I don't care enough or at all about the Sire lore for it to really matter what any of this had to do with anything.
I like almost cared for that one album where they were like doing a bunch of sound effects and stuff, and I was like, oh, I guess we are trying to do something, and it's like, you don't know where, you just have a whole bunch of ideas and you don't have anywhere to like land this shit, do you?
My opinion... No, I'm sorry.
No, oh, you give too much away.
My preference as to what I'd rather Jaden do between rap and sing, kind of flip-flopped throughout this, because there's some points when he's singing and I think, this sounds okay, and then he tries to rap and I'm like, don't do that.
Hey, what are you doing?
But then there's times later where he's trying to sing, and I'm like, don't do that. So I don't know what my preferred Jaden styling is. If I'm going to go ahead and give it away, I'm going to say my favorite song on here are the first two. Circa 2015 and Falling For You featuring your boy, Justin Bieber.
Woof. No, sir. Those
Wow.
I was not feeling. I'm sorry. I just remembered like, oh, fuck yeah. That was the one with, oh, Jesus Christ. Because I'm sorry. I was just thinking like, yo, because at first I was like kind of with it like, oh, they're going for the 40s bopper jazz thing. And it's like kind of really well sung, actually. I was like, oh, this kind of. But then they're doing like, if you don't love me, I'll jump off the roof.
If you don't call me, I'll jump off the roof. Look, I would take points away, but in the context of the album, Jaden is supposed to be 15.
Sure, like, oh, immature.
And you're gonna be a dramatic, whiny kid. That's fine. I'll give that to you. The rest of the song was like nice coffee shop jazz almost.
See, that's exactly my problem. Yeah.
Where it almost bordered on like a Michael Bublé song.
Right? It's like
And I
Michael
honestly
Bublé with
didn't mind
auto-tune
it.
on it. You know?
I liked the instrumentation with the trumpets and the strings. I thought Bieber sounded fine. I really liked the layered vocals on Circa 2015. But I don't think it gets as good. I think it's only downhill from there.
But see, that's my thing with the song. Like, it's competent, fine, but it's like, it's so like not trying to go any further, and it seems like it's hinting at that with the hook of the overly emotional, if you don't answer, I'll jump off the roof. You know, like, there's no other lyric that's like that on the song. It's not, like, I thought he was gonna do like a Dino Spumoni from Hey Arnold, you know, like, pow, I threw your dresser right out the door, you know, like some sort of like, oh, I'm just gonna get so emotional and doing it over this ironically old school song. Like, I thought that was what he was doing. I was like, oh, okay, like, because at first I was uncomfortable, but it's like, oh, maybe he's trying to make me uncomfortable, and there's like, no, it's just a normie song. So what the fuck was the point of that first lyric? Like, it was about to go somewhere when it really wasn't. Like, you know?
Yeah, it had chances to go down a kind of Sinatra route, but instead he decided to throw in, and I was keeping count, the most shoehorned Beatles references.
Oh, there was a couple of them, yeah.
Oh boy. So
oh, we thought he was making a classic, so he's like, well, I have to reference classics.
yeah, so apparently the cover of the album is supposed to be a reference to the Sgt. Pepper's
Oh, I'm sure.
album cover. There's a song called Lucy, and then the very next song, there's a lyric referencing the Kaleidoscope Eyes, which is a Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds reference, so I was like, no, okay. But it was when he kept doing it.
Right, because when it's first for like, oh, there's a character named Lucy, and we're making that sort of like the reference, and you know, having the portrait like, hey, Lucy, come here, like, you know what I mean? I kind of like that, but yeah, when it kept doing it, I was just like, dude, what are you doing?
When he fucking says, all the lights, girl, tell me what it's like, she's at a benefit for Mr. Kite.
That, yeah.
What?
Right over the line.
What the fuck is that? Stop that. We don't need it. No one gives a shit either. Like, stop.
You know, well, he's going for the psychedelia rap sort of thing. And I think it works at some points, but yeah, when it's like that, it just feels like psychedelia because you got that reference, you know, like, yeah.
The one other one, in The Birth of Sire, which I guess I'm supposed to care because this is like, you know, critical to the lore or whatever.
Sure.
My stomach was bleeding when I fell on the road, because now she's leaving home like Melanie Cole. That's not a bad line. And again, if I didn't know what you were doing,
Right.
I'd probably appreciate that more. But you made this a thing, and you've annoyed me with it. So now it's too late. I wish you hadn't have done the other ones, because this is the best application of it, because
Sure.
not only is it a nice reference, it actually really works well with the couplet. It falls into the category of what you said. If you really give a shit, this album is probably cooler to you, had more of an impact. But if you don't give a fuck, it's really like, why should I give a shit?
Yeah, wait, so she shot him? Like, what? Why?
Oh, someone shoot somebody?
Wasn't the point that he at the end is like, oh, he's been shot in the stomach, and is it supposed to be like a metaphor for how she metaphorically shot me in the heart, you know, shot to the heart, and you're to blame, you know?
I'm not taking anything literally on this one. I can't. When he fucking opens the album and he calls himself a young KRS. I can't take anything he says serious.
Like, come on, son.
That ain't gonna work.
Here's my thing, though. Some of those raps weren't too bad. So I was like, I didn't know how to feel. Like, Rainbow Bap actually had some pretty dope, like, had a pretty dope first verse. And then it got to the hook, and I was like, wait, what the fuck did that have to do with it? This was all like bragging shit, and now it's like, oh, baby, I miss you so bad. I was like, huh? Like, what's happening?
I was not a fan of his monotone rapping on this. It's because either he's singing in a very dull, bored, kind of mumbling way, or he's rapping in a monotone way, or he's like over rapping, and that kind of gets it's like cringy in its own way. So I don't really know what I want is the problem. Like, he's giving me a whole bunch of options, and none of them are clicking with me.
The lackadaisical delivery is supposed to emulate the ennui of the teenage soul.
No. I'm over it.
Yeah,
I'm fucking over it.
This is what I was saying right here. It's like he's saying this one lyric. It's like, oh, young niggas ain't stopping and dripping the way I dribble the rock. They gonna watch how the rocks is glistening, blood diamonds, ancestors fighting with colonists. Know your history, inherit the confidence. It's apparent and obvious. I'm the young KRS in your providence. In this air that we're breathing is consciousness. Every lyric is prominent. I feel it. Just another cold morning in Paris. I wish I was taking you home, girl. Oh, like, what? What? Like,
what's happening?
Yeah, like, what is happening? Where are we? Like,
you gotta help paint a picture, Jaden. You gotta let me know where we're at. You gotta draw me a map. In the Hills, he did this himself. Calling it In the Hills, it just made me think of how much of a watered-down Weekend he sounds like.
Oh, man. Oh, man. You ain't even lied about that one. Because I'm seeing this... I'm sorry. I see this Lucy track, and it's like, again, I like, oh, melancholy doo-wop, but again, it's so low energy that, like, I don't care. Like, unless he's saying something interesting, which he isn't.
This thing that was interesting on Bad Connection that I thought was kind of cool about it was you hear this woman on the phone going, hello? Like, throughout it. I think that's kind of interesting, because he is a bad connection. She can't hear him.
Yeah.
That's kind of clever.
What it is. Actually, I like this one. Yeah, I was like, I like the trippy visuals and the rhymes. I think this one actually had a solid hook on it. Yeah, because I like the way this one ended.
Which
and
one?
Like, it's What It Is. Where he's like, I seen between the matrices, they still riddle on the basic shit. Like, girls' fragrance is a Federal Reserve. Again, he's kind of like this. And then, and this is the part that I just thought was so, like, there's a certain level of, like, yes, he's just wrapping up his own ass and saying shit that doesn't really matter. But there's another level where it's just like, but wasn't that a lot of 90s rappers too, where it's just like, it doesn't really mean anything, but doesn't this just, like, sound cool with words? It's like, ancient batteries buried in Africa, history capping, it's been ass backwards. I just saw a pterodactyl. The whole world's fractal if you can see it. If you tactile. Like, it's just so weird that I'm like, I'm honestly here for this. Like, this is what I was saying, though. As for the overall experience, it's like, I can hear his parents' money on this track, right? I can hear that he could get any, harp person, he could get any instrumentalist, he could get whatever he wanted, he could get an elephant, he could get a fucking, you know what I'm saying? He can get whatever instrument he wants to make it sound as good as it wants, right? And I was saying, like, musically he can make it just as competent, just like the last artist that we, talked about. It's like, yeah, musically, this all sounds really good because it clearly has good, like, monetary backing. But he is spinning his wheels as to where the fuck he wants to say and where the fuck any of the sound is going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Is like, I hear the budget. I hear that you definitely can get as much people as you want in here. But the lyrics and all of that shit and where this shit actually goes reveals your hand, because so much of these things like, oh, this is a nice atmosphere to be in, but like, I probably don't want to hear this song again because it doesn't like attach to any emotion or anything really other than general malaise and sadness. So it's just like, okay, like, I can't do anything with this, like, it's fine, but yeah, but like I said, What It Is, I remember really enjoying. I think Your Voice Bethel was also a nice, solid enough joint. But then we'll get a track like Still in Love, where it's just like spinning its wheels, saying nothing. And then there's one or two lines where it's like, what is it? Because I'm still in love. Yeah, I said that shit. I'm writing down my syllabus. Take it to the Oedipus. I'm still in love. Bro, you do not bring up Oedipus unless you are specifically talking about a specific kind of love, my guy.
Oh.
Whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
And then, again, it's like he gives you little nuggets of like, oh, we're doing a little story here because remember at the end he's just like, oh, girl, I never thought there'd come a day we'd be apart because I'm still in love, just like in high school. Stop taking it. And then it like cuts off and it's like, oh, what does that mean? Does that mean that? But it's like, who cares? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it almost interests you and then you're like, oh, but wait, for the last 25 minutes, he hasn't really had any, like, through-line in connection with anything, so what the fuck makes me think this is gonna lead anyway? You know, like...
I couldn't really be bothered to care too much about anything, unfortunately. There were a couple parts I remember quoting, if I could find them.
Muted Sunrise, I thought, was a really good sounding track. I like the 3/4 time. I like that he started it with the lemonade, freckles, strawberry skies. Like, again, he's trying to do the psychedelia thing, and I think it, like, he's hitting that beat in the sense of, like, oh, yes, I am getting the very, you know, sunset, hazy, sort of, like, you know, wavy rainbow colors, you know, whatever. But
I thought that was definitely one of the more boring cuts.
Yeah, but then I remember, like, what the hook was. It was just like...
I'd be very surprised if any of these songs had a decent hook.
Oh, remember that part where he's like, it's like, so this song, yeah, I remember it's like, it goes a little slow, but I was like, oh, okay, you know, I can fuck with it. And then it gets to that part where he's like, it linking me back to when I kissed you, got me reaching for, I was like, oh my God, can we up the BPMs of this song?
Come on.
But I did like the lovey-dovey sounding part where it was just like, love, love, love. So I was like, okay, that sounds nice, but like, we could have gotten here sooner, is all I'm saying. By track 10, I realized that on Genius, I was following the original version of this, which apparently after track 10 starts mixing it up in just like 5 random tracks. It's like, oh, this is the Day Tripper version. And I was like, what? What's happening? And I thought originally it was like, oh, is this like a thing where it's like, hey, actually, like, you know how on Spotify you can hear like the censored and uncensored version? Well, there's actually like going to be like, you know, a whole different album if you listen to this version. And this is like the melancholy side. This is like the happy side. But no, it was just like later on, he just wanted to throw in like 5 tracks, you know, into the middle of the album in a way that was just like, what? Because I had to go through like 3 different Genius pages to figure out which was the specific one that had the songs that this person had requested, the Day Trippers edition, you know?
Oh boy, I fucked up. I didn't do that.
Look at you. Trust me,
I totally fucked up.
It doesn't make that much of a difference.
Oh no.
As someone who had to go through the multiverses of what this album was, it didn't make that much of a fucking difference. So on the Bye song, I thought it sounded nice, you know, nice bluster of harps, you know, again, dipping into the psychedelia. Then I was listening to one of the lyrics, he's talking about this girl, he's like, oh, I'm a motherfucker on the way, and don't you text me, you get fucking engaged, you drive 6 whips a day, I hope you just remember this face. I was like, wait, what? Who needs to drive 6 cars? Like 6 different cars? Like what? Why? Like what? For different occasions? Like oh no, don't get that car. That's the limousine car. We need the clown car. And then afterwards we're going to the golf course. So we need that car. What the fuck? Why do you need 6 cars?
Damn, I wish I would have heard the Joey Badass though. That sucks.
What was it? Laurel Canyon. That one, it was just so rambly. Like. Okay, he's like singing, like these all just feel like they could be interchangeable at a certain point, some of these songs. But then we get to Summer, and then I kind of wish we were just doing the sing-songy repetitive stuff, because then it's like, Trap Jaden jumped up out the bando, he's got to do his raps with this weirdly light voice, but he's talking about, it's summer, I got the hitters in the suburbs, do ya? You got the hitters in the suburbs, Jaden.
Wow, yeah, okay, we got totally different experiences here. This sucks. Well, I guess we're reviewing both of them.
Yeah.
So, on the original one, it's got 17 tracks. On the remix, it's got 19 tracks.
Yeah.
I thought that it would just be 2 additional ones, but you got different ones than I got.
Yeah, and I was like, what is he doing?
Yeah, mine was just Cabin Fever. You got Cabin Fever from the Hill by Our Psychedelic Love Story featuring Babe Rainbow.
Yeah.
Santa Barbara, Laurel Canyon Summer.
Mm-hmm.
Equestrian Trail Freestyle.
Number 2. I don't know where number 1 was.
the Endless Summer remix with Joey Badass. We Were 15. All of that. I didn't get any of that. I got songs Young in Love, Photograph, Drops of Sun, Sunburst, Deep End, and Boys and Girls to round out the album.
Well, how did you enjoy those songs? Were they the blast of fresh air that were just so different?
No.
They were like, oh man, this is too good. We got to give them something else too to match the ability.
No, man. Every other song I mentioned to you got either a 2.5 or a 3. They're so nothing. You got the Endless Summer remix with Joey Badass. I just got the standard version with Rory.
Oh God.
And this really, I just wrote down, cringiest, most hip-hop 101 bars I've ever heard.
What was he saying?
Well, leader of the new school, like Slick Rick the Ruler, should have went to Harvard like Yara, I could school ya.
His verse was okay, but then old Joey Summertime just fucking kills that shit. I'll just say, go check out his version, is all I gotta say. And then Jaden comes back in and is like, oh, not to be outdone. Ooh, Egyptian mathematics. Like, colonizers laughing at African magic. It turned into a habit. Nigga, don't make me pull a hat out of a rabbit. Like, okay. It's like half dope, like it's like half cool, kind of say like, oh, you know, ring doom to a fascist royalty, and that's just a classic. What's debated? Take it, dude. I'm trying to it's like it sounded cool when I heard it, but I don't know what the fuck he's saying.
I was sitting here when you were talking about what is it, and I had no idea what you were talking about. That explains. Yeah, because I didn't get that one. I didn't get what is it. I didn't get Your Voice, Bethel, New York.
Damn.
I didn't get Still in Love.
Yeah, what the hell was he doing? Why is he so why didn't you just release another album if you're gonna have this many different tracks?
And remixes of the original tracks, I guess, because there's songs on here like Lucy, Day Tripper version. So yeah, there's like completely different versions of songs that I just didn't even get.
You can just kind of hear everything just mashing together. Even the stuff that sounds like kind of dope feels a little aimless, you know? Like I liked Endless Summer, and I actually, like, you know, was cool with the more weirder bars. It's like, you know, I mean, Joey Badass really helped it, but, like, you know, when you're enjoying, like, a whole, like, when a song's a whole vibe and you're getting into it, you're like, oh, okay. And I actually like the way he ended it, where he's just like, oh, Misfits Trippy Summer, New Wave Hippie Parade, and I brought the tide out of the stage. Hey, 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 hey. Like, it's just the way he just like, hey, 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 hey. Like, you know, if he would have just carried, like, the thing about it is, when he is carefree and cocky, but in a sort of like muted way. And that's such a weirdly specific thing to say, but like, that's the best version of him. Like, if I can get a version of you that's not really that cocky, but just kind of wants to talk about the stuff you're doing. Like, oh, hey, I'm doing this thing over here. Isn't that cool? You know, hey, look. And like, if that was it, if he was just kind of talking about what he was doing and is like, yo, I'm doing this new endeavor and I'm feeling good about that, so come through, da-da-da. Like, that would be fine. But when he tries to do the, oh, I got the hitters in the suburbs, but oh, girl, I miss you. Like, trying to be like that Drake thing so bad, you know what I mean? Trying to straddle that line, but it's just even less believable. It's like, I know who your dad is. Like, you know?
There's another couplet in Endless Summer that I forgot that it's kind of nonsense, but I kind of liked it, so I quoted it. More weight than your every flow. When I sneeze, you geezer, please believe you rollin' with some G's, Louise.
Yeah, I exactly. I remember hearing the line and be like, oh, that was like almost a dope line, but then you just like forgot where to put the punchline in, like, you know?
It's like, it's dope, but you still said geez Louise, so I can't really give you the credit I want to,
right.
But it still sounded cool. And I don't know what sneeze, geezer, I don't know what any of that was, but it's words that I wouldn't think to put together, so it's like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was like leading right up to maybe where a punchline would be, but then it was like, where I forgot where we were going. Dude, I'm high on so much fucking shrooms, bro. I'm high on so much psilocybin or whatever.
I feel like I should apologize to Carrie for...
Jaden should apologize for making these confusing-ass albums.
Well, no, see, it says right here in the notes, Day Trippers Edition, and I didn't notice that. So, that's my fault.
Fine, you know what? If you want to be chastised, I'll do it. You ruined it now. I hope you can't sleep, and then you dream about it. And when you dream, I hope you can't sleep, and then you scream about it.
Thank you, that's all I needed. That's all I asked for.
You're absolved.
Oof. A weight has been lifted off my shoulders. But no, in another way, though, Carrie almost got 2 reviews for the price of 1.
That is true.
Because I didn't realize how different these fucking albums were. Like, when it says 19 tracks, I just thought, oh, it's My 17 with 2 extras. It's like, no, it's 5 from mine, and like a whole bunch of other shit.
Yeah,
like, what
like
the...
Doctor Strange accidentally like released this album from the multiverse or some shit.
But it's funny because I was like, oh man, you got all this interesting shit. Then I'm over here with all these songs you didn't have, and I'm like, oh, I still don't really have anything to even say about them, unfortunately. Like, they're not even really even, like, if he had that same observation and was like, wow, this album is kind of fucking dull, dude, I should make it somewhat interesting. And that's what the Day Tripper version is. Again, I don't get what that Beatles reference has to do with anything.
Yeah. Well,
the Day Tripper
might as well just call him a daydream believer or whatever the fuck. I'm sorry, that was the Monkeys.
Yeah, we got the Monkeys references throughout. He's enjoying his Pleasant Valley Sunday, and he's not going to be your stepping stone.
Now, actually, that would actually be the cool guy move, right? Like at this point,
sure.
like everyone references the Beatles, like that's old hat. But to go back and go like the guys that people thought were like just the sunshine, no problems band, but actually were trying to push back against that image as time went on. That actually would be the cooler person to go for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no one would see that coming.
Yeah, shit. If he named this album Head, and it was all like this, this weird like the thing that went nowhere, and you got like Jack Nicholson to direct it, like today Jack Nicholson.
Oh shit! Yeah,
dude, that would be like honestly. like no one can figure out what's going unless no one can figure out what's going on unless you've seen the movie Head. Like Jaden Smith's working with Jack Nicholson, even though he's been retired from any entertainment for like at least 5 years. I don't know what's happening.
If Jada popped on the track and said Mr. Dabalina, Mr. Bob Dabalina, I'd be like, oh shit, what the fuck, zilch.
Okay.
That's a missed opportunity, Jaden. Take that up on CTV4.
Yeah.
That's your assignment. Well, what review did you give your album? What score did you get?
My version of the album.
Yeah.
I gave it a 3.5. Like I said, lots of competent musicianship on here, but not necessarily, like if Jaden was like, just a struggling average guy, like, he wouldn't have that. But okay, like, let's not focus on that. Let's just focus on what the product is. Like, yes, like the musicianship is fine, but it is clearly not going anywhere for most of it. It's just, like I said, just spinning its wheels. That's the phrase that I kept hearing in my head every time I like listen to some of these songs. It was like, this is nice, but it would be nice if we had like some structure, like just anything. Like, I get it. You're trying to like break out from the box, but it's just like, but, some rules are there for a reason. And so to make people like be invested, and it's like, if you don't want people to be invested, that's fine. I mean, literally, you're going to be fine. It's not like, oh no, if this project doesn't turn out as well, I won't have enough money to do my next project. No, he will. So,
Yeah, it's not a problem at all.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but just as a listener, I'm like, oh yeah, I can hear the competency. I can hear you even trying to like do some and break out of the box and do some interesting stuff, but it so doesn't like add up to some of its parts that it's kind of like disappointing. Like, so while I say like, yeah, it's a little above average, but it's still just not in a way where it's just like, oh, but check it out because he's almost there. It's like, no, it feels like the next album is going to be just like this probably, also spinning his wheels, which is weird because I remember enjoying, wasn't it like the first 4 tracks off of Jaden's album, the Blue songs? Remember those? I remember being like, holy fuck whatever. You might have thought about how weird he was about his Twitter presence or whatever the fuck. This motherfucker's a musical mastermind. And then any track after Blue, it was like, I don't know what happened.
It came up on the Eris album. It's coming up here. That's going to be his legacy. And I mean, if that's, you really can't ask for much better than that. Like, that was your peak. That was the pinnacle. Yeah, it's all been kind of downhill from there. My album got a 3 for me. So score-wise, yours eked its way out with the point.
Look, Joey
with the
Badass
point.
really had a good verse.
That's all you need.
Get Joey Badass on your song if you think your album sucks. I definitely would not be mad at that if that was like the next wave. Just random Joey Badass cameos. Like, okay, I guess I'm on this song now.
No, it's funny. I referenced earlier that the album art was a Sgt. Pepper's reference. Not the Day Trippers version. The Day Trippers version is this boring-ass grayscale picture of him fucking sitting at a table. Yeah, because mine was like this super colorful picture that does kind of have elements of the Sgt. Pepper cover with like the flowers and the field and everything. But yeah, so yours has like no semblance of that besides the rainbow, I guess. Yeah.
He's just sitting there like he's doing like a press conference and he's really bored about it. And it's like he's all in blacks and whites, except for a rainbow behind him. It's like, is that supposed to represent like, oh, this is my happiness right here, but I can't express it, or what?
Now I'm fucking spoiled for choice. I don't know which one I'm gonna put in the thumbnail.
Well, all three, just mash them together like Jaden did with these albums.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Just awkwardly mash them on top of each other.
Oh, no.
No, don't sacrifice your creativity.
It's okay. I've got time. I can do it. But with that, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to call it here. We're going to go out on top. It's been going off. And if there's albums that you would like for us to talk about in a future episode, consider heading over to our Ko-fi, as mentioned earlier in the show, ko-fi.com/goinoff, that's GOINOFF, to request an album to be reviewed on a future episode. Make sure you're following us on Twitter. We got Instagram, even though I don't really use it, but we also got TikTok and YouTube pages and Patreon pages and Ko-fi pages.
Exactly.
And Twitch.
All these ways for you to keep up with the extended Going Off saga, you know what I'm saying? Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, patreon.com/rapcritic, where you can chat with me and fellow fans on the Rap Critic Discord, as well as see Rap Critic episodes early. Also with my movie podcast that I've got going on over there, where I review films. You know, if you want to hear, what does this gentleman's analytical eye, look like when he's turning it to film? So, you want to check that out, head on over there. And yeah, like I said, I'm starting to do streaming on YouTube because there was a stupid thing where like Twitch was down for a minute, and it's really annoying to like relocate from Twitch to YouTube with the fucking things that you have to do. So like, okay, I got the stream key for YouTube now, so now I'm streaming on YouTube for now.
We also got the Rifcoms fan house, so consider going over there and subscribing for $3 a month to get exclusive content. That's fanhouse.app/Rifcoms. If you want to help us out in that way and get some exclusive content that you can't see otherwise. But until next time on Going Off, I'm Muse.
And I'm the Rap Critic. And Muse, if a cupcake falls from a tree, how far will it be away from down? #Jupiter.
Oh.